Seahawks in prime time. We get to see them on Monday Night Football. It was just once last year, right? I think it was just the opener against
the
those
opener.
Yeah,
Which was a hell of a game, and I think was a nice little harbinger of things to come. With Geno and what that team was doing, and I think they're even better as they start this year. And talking to Pete, you can he's always exuberant, but you can tell his legitimate excitement with kind of the transition. It's hard, as you guys know, to compete while you're transitioning to a younger team. And what they have 14 rookies played last week, which is the most for a Seattle team in a non-strike season. And yet I think they're one of the better teams in the conference. So winning while you get younger is hard to do. And I think they're pulling that off and will continue to as the season winds on.
What do you and Troy expect to see tonight in this matchup between the two?
Well, I mean, obviously these are two defenses that have struggled. As you know, Seattle's been better against the run. I don't know if Barkley's playing. I would say it's probably leaning toward not, which is a huge loss. They don't have their starting left tackle. I mean, you can make the easy case that those are their two best offensive players, and they're not available. That's obviously a big deal. I think Seattle continues to build on what they did a week ago. And, I think Geno is one of the most likable, lovable, rootable veteran players that's getting this new lease on life that I've ever met in any sport that I've covered. So I just think they're a confident team. I think they'll come in here with a lot of confidence. I think they're excited about what they have. And I think tonight – if you're the Giants and you were a playoff team a year ago, you're looking at, if you don't win tonight, you're 1-3, and then you have road games at Miami and at Buffalo. I mean, this is almost must-winville for the Giants in Week 4. I just don't know that without Barkley and without Andrew Thomas, their left tackle, if they have enough firepower to get it done. So I expect Seattle to do what they did last week, and I think they're going to be hard to beat tonight.
You had an opportunity, I'm sure, this week to sit down with some of the folks in the Seattle organization as you guys do your pregame meetings. What'd you learn about the Seahawks this week?
Just what I take out of those meetings, and we talked with Shane Waldron, we talked with Gino, we talked with Pete, and they had flown on Saturday. We talked to them early yesterday morning. I just sense an excitement. I look at those meetings more. Troy's doing the X's and O's stuff, and I'm looking more at mood, confidence, and I sense a really confident team. And then knowing that Geno, he's saying all the right things, but it's impossible as a human being to not come back here if you're Geno Smith and think about what's out in front of you to win a game on the road with your new organization against a team he played for a minute, but, in the city where he was declared a bust. And, I just think he's just continued to grow as these years have gone on. He's been behind great quarterbacks, whether it's Eli or Phillip Rivers or Russell when he was rolling with the Seahawks. And I just sense a really confident, relaxed team that knows they're pretty darn good. I think they'll come in here and play really well.
You all know the voice. He is a Yankee hater, Joe Buck. That's just what he is back in the Big Apple this week. I am curious from a pure X's and O's, as Troy kind of talks to you guys over the course of the week and as you ramp up to kickoff tonight, what does he think X's and O's wise of both Geno and Jamal Adams? He
loves Geno. Absolutely loves him. I can just tell with the questions he was asking. I asked a couple, but I can tell with the respect that he has for Geno. And I think X's and O's wise, I think he thinks he's a legitimate, really good quarterback. It's not just this Cinderella story of a guy that's getting a second lease on life. This is a guy that, has the ability to, he's a Pro Bowl quarterback. And that was not because other guys got hurt. He was a Pro Bowl quarterback because he earned it. And he's led the league in completion percentage since he took over the reins as the guy in Seattle. So there's a lot of respect there for his ability beyond just the nice story of this guy's career arc. And then Jamal, I mean, he's a game-changing talent that has missed more games than he's played with Seattle. I don't know. I mean, it's been a series of unfortunate events for Jamal with injuries and shoulder and hand surgeries, and then this tear in his quad where he was contemplating retirement. And I do think that, Pete, they have to have protection for Jamal almost against himself. And he said it's not going to be a pitch count in tonight's game, but it's going to be a feel. They're not going to overdo it. They're going to be smart about trying to blend him back into this defense, but they're thin. I mean, they're thin at nickel. They're going to have a different look, obviously, tonight. Without having Kobe Bryant, without having Artie Burns, they have to get creative. So I think there's some validity to maybe seeing the rookie go inside some more tonight. But he was very coy. Pete was with us about what they're going to do. He kind of said the same stuff to us with a laugh, like, I'm not going to tell you everything. You're just going to have to watch. So, we'll all watch together and figure out what they're doing.
Salt never gets that.
Yeah, we
Salt
get that
gets
every
all the
week.
answers.
Yeah, I'm not going to tell you that.